For Pacifica Radio, I'm Christina Onnested. Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed a special counsel to investigate the presence of documents with classified markings found at President Joe Biden's home in Wilmington, Delaware, and at an office in Washington. It marks the second time in a few months Garland has appointed a special counsel. The first was to investigate former President Donald Trump's retention of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago and his role in the wide-ranging plot to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. Eileen Alfandary has more.
Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed as special counsel Robert Hur. He'll lead the investigation into the revelation that Joe Biden retained classified documents after he left the vice presidency. The documents were found at Biden's home in Wilmington, Delaware, and at an unsecured office at the Penn Biden Center dating from his time as vice president. Garland's decision to appoint a special counsel was an acknowledgment of the extraordinary sensitivity of the issue.
This appointment underscores for the public the department's commitment to both independence and accountability.
Hur is a one-time U.S. attorney appointed by former President Donald Trump. He plans to begin his work soon. Biden told reporters at the White House that he was cooperating fully and completely with the Justice Department investigation.
People know I take classified documents and classified material seriously.
But Biden's Republican critics are having a field day. Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
Here's an individual that sat on 60 Minutes that was so concerned about President Trump's documents locked in behind, and now we find it just as a vice president, keeping it for years out in the open in different locations.
Democrats, like former House Intelligence Committee Chair Adam Schiff, said in Biden's case, unlike Trump's, there was no evidence of deliberate obstruction of justice. Trump also went to court to try to retain the documents and said he had declassified them in his mind. Still, the fact that Biden had kept classified documents could muddy the case for prosecuting Donald Trump for his retention of documents at Mar-a-Lago. I'm Eileen Alfandary for KPFA News.
Former President Donald Trump is planning to hold his first public campaign of his 2024 White House bid in the early voting state of South Carolina. No details have been immediately announced. Los Angeles police are under fire for 3 killings just days into the new year. They've released video footage of Keenan Anderson's death. He's cousin to a Black Lives Matter founder, Patrisse Cullors. It shows the man begging for his life, crying, "They're trying to George Floyd me."
You're trying to George Floyd me. You're trying to George Floyd me. Stop it or I'm going to tase you. Okay, stop it or I'm going to tase you. Stop it or I'm going to tase you. Stop resisting. Please stop resisting. Please. Please.
He died after being tasered for 30 seconds. His death is one of 3 by LAPD so far this year, which has drawn scrutiny. Officials say the deaths were all of men appearing to be in crisis. Here's Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass.
The videos were devastating, absolutely devastating. It was unfortunate that those officers did not call mental health providers to assist them, but we have to make sure that the resources are there to do that.
More than 30 tornadoes have hit the U.S. South, killing at least 7 people, destroying some 40 homes, and leaving tens of thousands without power in Alabama and Georgia. Climate scientists say climate change is making storms more severe. Donna Ward has more.
The twister damaged buildings and tossed cars in the streets of historic downtown Selma, Alabama. Mayor James Perkins said late Thursday the damage is still being assessed.
We were blessed. We dodged some major bullets today. We really did. This could have been much worse.
There were 6 confirmed deaths in Autauga County, Alabama, 41 miles northeast of Selma, where the county's emergency management director says more than 36 homes were damaged or destroyed by a tornado that cut a 20-mile path across 2 communities. One person died in Georgia when a tree fell on a vehicle. I'm Donna Warder.
A new study says ExxonMobil knew its impacts on global warming as far back as the 1970s, but denied it in public statements for decades. The study in the journal Science looked at research that Exxon funded. The report says the oil giant scientists were remarkably accurate in their predictions about global warming. The research forecasts the coming warming with precision equal to or better than government and academic scientists. This was during the same time the oil giant publicly doubted that warming was real and dismissed climate models' accuracy. Exxon says its understanding of climate change evolved over the years. years, and critics are misunderstanding its earlier research. Russia claims its forces have captured a fiercely contested salt mining town of Soledar in what would make a rare victory for the Kremlin after a series of setbacks in its war in Ukraine. Ukrainian authorities say the fight, though, continues. I'm Christina Onnested reporting for Pacifica Radio.